Even with love, there's some things that we gotta face. So much we go through day to day. Trauma that we can't erase. Jesus, we need you to take your place. So come right in, we need you within. And with your love, we know we can win. Yeah, we know it ain't always easy being in this, and I know I'm not the only one. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good
evening.
afternoon.
Good evening. How y'all doing
Yeah,
this
this
evening?
is the evening now.
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock. So listen, y'all. We want to first tell y'all Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Yeah,
Happy New Year.
2023 is here. 2023 is here. God has got some incredible things for us in 2023. I hope that each and every one of y'all enjoyed y'all new year, that y'all brought it in special, that it was memorable, and that y'all are now planning for what it is that God is going to do for you and your wife and your husband in 2023.
All right, Mr. Frost. That's right, because we are in the year of the push.
The push.
Yes, we are pushing. What we are pushing into everything that God has for us this year.
Yeah.
How about that?
I'm telling you.
Yes,
I'm
it's
telling
gonna
you.
be good. It's
I'm
gonna
excited.
be good.
I'm excited about the push. So y'all know that we were talking about that last year, and that was one of the things that we really thought was major. You know what I mean? When we were talking about it last year. So we wanted to just take it a next step to the next level when it comes to the push. And so we want to be able to talk about how we can be able to use the push in every aspect of our lives.
Absolutely.
We want to push to be able to be closer in marriage. We want to push to be able to be better husbands, push to be able to be better fathers, push to be able to be better wives, push to be able to be better mothers, and so on and so forth.
Yes. If God has told you to start a business, you better push it out. This is the year we are pushing out the things that God has told us to do. You know, get your degree. If you're supposed to be in school, push and get your degree completed.
Yeah.
You know, we are doing it this year. And you know what? If we know that God has given you something and you shared it with us, we're gonna be pushing you also.
Push.
We are pushing this year. I'm excited about it. Ricardo's excited about it.
Yeah, it's great.
We weren't going to be on tonight, but we said, you know what? We had to push through.
Push. Yeah,
God said, what's the word for this year? Push. So we had to push through.
You're already trying us right now.
Yes, because we're actually scheduled to start back on the 17th. But we decided to come on just for a short amount of time. It's not a full show tonight. Just to share what we're looking forward to on this year, this month, more so. And then we're going to go right off and get ready to see you all on the 17th. We spend this time at the beginning of the year to fast and pray and seek God to make sure that the year is going to be good for all of us. The things that God has promised will come to pass in 2023. We are pushing, y'all, pushing.
Yeah.
And if you guys were just watching Empowerment with Dr. Angie, she had a very good segment on as well. Look, we got to get our receipt. I got me some receipts. No, Ricardo say, look at Dr. Angie.
I said, Dr. Angie done got up on the lingo, y'all.
Yes, definitely. But she's a great asset to us in the community. She's always pushing us to do what it is God has called us to do, and we're appreciative of her. So if you have a moment, we actually shared that broadcast in the marriage group. So take a moment to peek and listen to what she's talking about. She got some great stuff.
Right. So listen, I want to share, like what Kimberly just said. We talked about fasting and praying. I just want to add a little bit to that. You know, obviously that's not for everybody. If it is for you, do that as well. That's what I would recommend, that you start your year off by fasting and praying and consecrating yourself to God so that you can hear him more clearly. You can hear the strategies that he want to give you. You can hear the decisions that you need to make. Sometimes there's going to be hard decisions that need to be made, but God will help you through it. So that's one of the things that Kimberly and I make sure that we do every year, is to try to fast and pray so that we can hear God clearly for what it is that he has for us to do and not just hear him clearly, give us instructions as to how we're going to execute it.
Yes.
So that's very important.
And we spend time with him at the end of the year doing that. But we also like to personally just draw close. I mean, we've been doing it every year since 2005.
Yes,
that's when we really started learning about fasting at the beginning of the year. And we have been doing it every year, closing out the year and starting the year up. So we really like to draw in and spend some time with the Lord during this season.
That's right.
You know, to make sure that we're hearing from him and that he's pouring more into us to give out.
Right.
So we're happy to be here, but happy New Year's to you all. Just remember the first and third Tuesday of every month is going to be Let's Talk About It.
Let's talk about it. And we got some new ideas and new things. I obviously, as we can see, I've been working all day, y'all. I've been doing some manual labor all day. So I just had enough time when we figured out that we were going to kind of go ahead and go through with this and push through to throw me a nice little t-shirt. And you see my wifey looking all glittery and sparkly and everything like that. I love the glitter and the sparkle. It's dope. But she's just kind of giving y'all a preview as to what we're going to be doing this season and this year when it comes to Let's Talk About It. We're going to kind of step our dress game up too, huh?
I guess so. T-shirts or what? 2022.
Yeah.
So we're going to be moving into 2023.
Popping collars.
Popping collars. So first and third Tuesdays, Let's Talk About It. Thursdays, we cannot get rid of praying. We'll be praying this Thursday. So sometimes if we're not having Let's Talk About It, definitely doesn't mean we're not going to be praying.
Right.
So we definitely will be praying this month. And this month of January, before we move on, we're going to be talking about the P in push, and that stands for planning. We're going to be talking about how do we plan? How do we make strategies? You know, we have to really put things to paper on how we're going to move forward, how we're going to push through the year.
Write it down and make it plain.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that on the 17th. We'll have a special guest with us where you'll see more in the marriage group of who that guest will be on the 17th. Just talking about how do we plan, how do we prepare as a married couple, how do we prepare as individuals, and then how do we come together and collaborate as a husband and wife on what we're going to do and how we're going to push forward for the year. So I'm excited about that.
Definitely. And I wanted to share with y'all that, you know, one of the things that I thought about was that even though we're married and we have a family and we have a husband and we have a wife, the idea is that we still have a organization, right? Every organization needs to have some type of strategic plan every year, whether that's, you know, that deals with the budget, that deals with, you know, goals and milestones. In the military, Kimberly and I, y'all know we're both retired military. We used to call that POA&Ms, plan of actions and milestones.
Yes.
We need to have those things in place so that we're not just aimlessly wandering through the year trying to just figure things out, that we have something in place that kind of gives us some guidelines.
What does the word say in Habakkuk 2:2? We're going to write it down and make it plain so that we can run the race. You know, we have it in our minds and in our brains and our head,
but it's
what we want to do. But when you write
down.
that thing down, and I'm not talking about just in your cell phone typing in. If you got a pen and you're scripting and scribing, write that thing down on paper, write it out, and start looking at it every time. Don't just write it and leave it. Write it down, pick it up, look at it. When you get ready to go to bed at night, have your task list for the next day right there on your nightstand. Start writing that stuff out. Writing your plans down. Do something different this year. If you haven't been doing that last year in 2022, 2023, have that notepad on your bedstand. When you go to sleep, download, dump everything out so you can get a nice, peaceful night's sleep. And when you wake up, you have your list ready to roll. The plans for the day, and you get ready to roll. So we're excited about the plans that we're going to talk about. You plan for the year.
Yeah. And
then that's your long range. Mm-hmm. And then you come in and you're going to take your long range. You're going to break out your quarterly. What are we going to do as a husband and wife in each quarter? And from the quarter, you break it down into the month. What are we going to do by monthly? See, your long range plan and then your quarterly plan and your monthly plan, they all talk to each other so that you have that information right before you. And then from your monthly plan, you have your weekly plan down to your daily plan. So it takes nothing to sit down, come up and draft that yearly plan, because that yearly plan is going to produce everything that you need to know down to what you should be doing every day going from there. So that's just some of the things we're going to talk about on the 17th. How do we do that? How do we take these notes and make it? God put it down there, so it must be something with it. He says it helps us run the race, right?
Right.
That's what he says.
I'm
Yes,
telling
yes, yes.
It's something about I don't know. I think the way God made us, we're fearfully and wonderfully made. So it must be something about God saying, okay, you take this instrument called a pen or a pencil, and you actually put it on some paper and you actually write it down. So it's something about you actually using your muscles or maybe muscle memory or whatever it is to write this on paper. I know for me, when I was doing it, it makes me, even though we typing and stuff like that, I don't remember to type things as much as I remember writing something literally down. So it's okay to have the technology. It's okay to have the cell phones and the tablets to write your information in. But just, take time out to just write it on a piece of paper.
Absolutely.
And watch how it changes.
So excited about that. Yes.
So it's going to be dope.
And your testimonies, I can't wait to hear the testimonies.
It's going to be dope.
It's going to be dope. Exactly. And it's something new that we want you all to do as you're preparing for the 17th. We want this place to be full. Not few of us, but invite your friends, invite all your couple friends that you know. Have
People
them on the 17th. Those that want to be married.
Engaged folks.
Come on, y'all. We're planning this year. Last year, we got our minds together.
Mm-hmm.
I know I got mine. I don't know about you all, but we talked about that mind. But now that we've gotten our minds all the way together and we ended the year in peace, we're going to start planning together, y'all. It's time to get together, call everybody in, and we're going to put this thing to action. The mind is right. That's why you have to stay with us and follow closely because we're walking that thing out. See, we were talking about that yearly plan, but we got a 3-year plan already in place.
Come on.
So we talked last year, we worked on that mind. This year, what are we doing? We're executing. Tara, you hear that?
Everything that we talked about.
Everything that we talked about. Everything you've been in the whole house talking about. Talking to your husband, talking to your girlfriend,
right.
your male friends. Mm-hmm. No, we're not talking anymore. It's time to execute.
Put that thing to action.
I'm going to lose these 25 pounds that I got from my little thyroid issue. I've talked about it enough. It's time to make it happen.
It's time to make it happen.
It's time to make it happen and let no one stop it. This is the season we heard God clearly. He ain't accepting the excuses that you're using that somebody else told you what you can't do. He's holding us accountable for what he's told us to do. So remember that. God is holding us accountable for what he has placed in our hearts and what he's given us, our purpose to push forward in. So just get yourselves together. We're getting ourselves together. We ain't all the way there, but we're getting there.
Right. Absolutely.
Yes. And go ahead, babe.
I was just gonna say. So listen, as you may already know, for anybody that's been on the Facebook page, that we have something new for 2023. We have our first affirmation, y'all.
Absolutely.
And that's something else that we learned in 2022. That's part of that POAM that we talked about earlier. A plan of action. If you begin to speak this thing to Kimberly and I, since we wrote the affirmation and the affirmation that we have for our church, we repeat it every day, every morning.
Y'all.
Before we get up to do anything, after we do our affirmation, we pray. To kind of seal that affirmation. But if we get that in our spirit, we talk about it each and every day, you'll start to see things manifest. God will start to open up opportunities. People will start to come to you that you wasn't expecting. All because of what you're speaking. Remember, there's death and life in the power of this thing right here. We choose to speak life.
Yes, and if you're in a place right now where you're like, I don't want to hear this mess. Life is rough. My marriage is rough. God says, speak those things that are not as if they were. You got to read that affirmation. We read our bishop put an affirmation out. We do that one first. Then we do the one specific to marriage. We're not trying to replace any. We're trying to add to.
Yes.
And we read what's specific to the marriage because it's speaking to our hearts. It's speaking to our minds and our souls and our spirit. We want to be able to move and have those things that manifest because we're saying them. God said, I'll give you what you say. So what are you saying to yourself? What are you speaking to yourself? What are you speaking to each other? Mm-hmm. The first person to hear what you say is you. If you're going to execute something, speak it. Get in the mirror and speak to yourself. If you're laying in the bed, speak it so that you can hear it yourself and motivate your own self to get moving. The word has said it. It's time for us to execute on God's word and stop talking about it. We're going to be about it.
No more talking about being broke. No more talking about being depressed. No more talking about any of that negative stuff. It's all positivity.
positive.
It's all positive. Even if you don't see it, it's still positive.
We're gonna try, because
You know what I
when
mean?
we talk like that, here come the enemy with his foolishness.
We know he's gonna
But
come.
we got peace last
Yeah.
month, right? In the midst of chaos. So now we understand it's gonna come, but we know how to handle it. And we're going to continue to move forward for what God has. So thank you, babe, for talking about the affirmation, because I have been really excited about that. Dr. Angie mentioned something on her broadcast that we're really excited about as well. We are a part of her collaboration. So there are 15 people that have collaborated in Don't Curse Your Crisis.
Don't curse your crisis.
That book will be released this month.
Come on, y'all.
And we are authors. We are co-authors on this book project.
And we're going to already decree and declare that we're best-selling authors.
Absolutely. So we've been writing up something. We've gone from Miss Kimberly writing this prayer journal.
I'm so proud of this
wish
girl.
you could see it better based on the screen, but the
When
prayer
Wives
journal,
Pray.
When Wives Pray, you can order it off of Amazon, and it's on the Prime list, so you'll actually receive it in 2 days. So you can do that. And then we wrote our book together. Ricardo and I wrote our chapter. We collaborated. Dr. Angie is the visionary author, and that's It Was Hidden is our chapter. It Was Hidden. So God blessed us with that. And that's going to be out in January. And then we have a collaboration book right here in our very own marriage group. I'm telling you, y'all, we're doing some great things. It will be released on March the 2nd. And what is it called? Push Through When You Didn't Want to. We push it through. We pushed through when we didn't want to in our marriage. It was difficult times in our marriage that we wrote about, but how we pushed through those challenging moments, and God brought us through to where, so that we can be where we are today. Right, Ricardo?
Absolutely. I mean, the push is what it's all about. So obviously, if we writing a book about this thing, we know how real this thing can really be. You know what I mean? It takes effort to push. We know that it's not going to happen by itself or through osmosis. We got to put the effort in. But when you start to put the effort in, whatever effort that you're going to get, that you're going to push in, God is going to give us even more. Absolutely. So I thank you, Lord. Thank y'all for participating. All the authors that's participating with this push through when you don't want to. Collaboration. We're so proud of y'all. Thank y'all for everything that y'all been doing, how y'all been contributing, and also how you decided that you thought that your testimony would be something that would bless somebody else.
Absolutely. So it's 13 of us. We're excited about it. And Sharice, I see you posted there. That's right. It may not look the way you want it. I like what you wrote there. What was happening in the natural is not lining up with the spirit, but God is a God that he shall not lie. What we wish for in our timing doesn't line up with his time. His timing is not our timing. His ways are not our ways. God will manifest his promise to you in his time. So you just hold on. Like you said, this is the time of alignment. He's going to line those things up. You just continue to speak what you say, because he's going to give you what you said. Don't pull back. Don't draw back. Don't worry about what you see now in the natural. God is going to turn that thing around for you for his good. Remember that. And it's going to be what he will for your life. Sometimes what he wills for our life doesn't line up with what we think and what we want, but it's going to be for our good. So you just hang in there. You keep pushing. You keep praying. You keep doing what it is that you're doing, and I'm promising you that things are going to align the way God has designed them to align in your life. Absolutely. And that's for anybody that needs to grab onto that.
That's
absolutely
good,
yes. That was glad she said that.
That's good. I mean, that's good for somebody that need to hear that, to know that God hears. He hears your cries. You know what I mean? He knows your situation, and just know that he's not blind to your situation. Yes. Oftentimes, those things that we think is going to be an issue end up being something, the very thing that's going to bless us.
The very thing
that's going to bless us. The very thing that we think is going to destroy us. And that's the funny thing about it. The enemy try to use things that are going to try to destroy us. And he's so dumb, because the very thing that he would use to try to destroy us, God would turn it around and use it for his good and his glory.
Yes, exactly. He's our personal trainer, as Ricardo preached one time. The enemy, he's our personal trainer. He don't even know God is using him for our good. He'll come at you with all kind of things. But look, we're getting off track now, because that's a whole preacher moment.
Yes, it
But
is.
just remember that. God is using him, and he don't even realize to push us into our destiny. Right? You got to have a little bit of roughness. I think Dr. Darius just spoke about him, and Dr. Keon on that. You know, this is the year. Sometimes you're going to go through. I've never seen us be blessed with anything without going through anything.
Yeah.
It's on your blessing is on the other side. It's on the other side. But tonight's supposed to be a quick recap. Not a recap, but telling us what's happening going forward.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do our mastermind is gonna be back this
year.
Absolutely.
I love it.
So we're gonna do that in May. We had a great 20 couples back in 2021. I'm sorry. We took that year off, but we've had requests back by popular demand. We are going to have it in May, right after hubby's birthday. We can't be messing up his birthday, but we're going to do our mastermind class, and it's for couples. So a lot of people do coaching classes and all mastermind classes, but our class is for couples who desire
to be in business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Either if you're in business, we'll help in that area, or if you desire to start your business. But it's going to be really good. It's an 8-week program. The first week is going to be just us coming together, doing introductions, but it's 7 rigorous weeks of us helping you push your business forward.
Getting all kinds of resources.
Absolutely.
And all types of knowledge, man.
Yes,
so
it won't
I'm
just be
excited.
us. It just won't be us. We're going to bring people on that are in business, have been in business. So tell your couple friends. We are moving this year. We've always moved every year, but this year we're putting pen to paper and we're going to be learning some things. And I think, is that it? Oh, no. And we're going to Houston this month.
Houston, here we come.
Houston, here we come.
Yeah.
This is the month.
This is the month.
We'll be there in Houston. We're going to be locating. We're going to have the marriage conference in November. So
we ain't playing, y'all. Look, we out there going to get the lay of the land. We don't know nothing about Houston, but God has already put somebody in place that, guess what? This is how God moves. Not only is the person in place that's going to help us, but this is what she do.
This is what she does.
This is what she does.
God lined that thing right on up. This is what she does. It's going to be great. She's going to help us find a location. We've got people, y'all, we already got a couple people on the docket that y'all going to be quite surprised about.
Oh, it's going to be special.
Lord have mercy.
Man.
God is just already showing out, and we haven't even released anything yet. But we'll be in Houston doing that. But we're also going for some training for our business as well and for the outreach. Because that's what you need to do. You have to continue to allow people to pour into you so that you can pour out and develop new things in your business as well. So we're going to do the Cry Out Conference with Pastor Keon Henderson. We've joined his group for the next 3 or 4 months. We'll be a part of that, and it's going to empower our business even the more. God is already doing great things. We're actually going to be in Houston. We're going to meet a new business opportunity there. So it's just so many great things that are happening. We believe that in 3 years that God was going to establish RFK Solutions South and Southeast, which would be a portion in Florida. We're going to have a satellite office in Florida and a satellite office in Texas. And we're believing that in 2023 that God is going to make that happen. He's going to manifest. We don't care if we have 1 contract in Texas and 1 in Florida. We're believing that God is getting ready to, like Dr. Darius say, we are getting ready to multiply. Can y'all put that in the chat? That's because we're pushing. If we're pushing, we're going to get what it is that God has given us because we wrote it down in our documents and he told us and promised us that we will be able to do these things. We've heard it, y'all. And so I'm excited about the fact that we are multiplying this year. We're believing at the end of this year, we're going to be able to stand up and say, y'all, we are in Texas and we are in Florida, RFK Solutions. And y'all know if RFK Solutions is there, that means RFK Outreach is there, right? Mm-hmm. See, we already got these 3-year plans in place. We even have a cyber academy in Houston. God is doing it, y'all. But it's not, this isn't me and Ricardo. This is y'all too. Y'all helping push these things. So don't forget to give donations. Now, we've been doing a lot of stuff on our own, but we're going to be pushing y'all this year as well to give donations to RFK Outreach 1. That's the Cash App, RFK Outreach 1. But you can also send checks, money orders, cash, not cash, don't do cash, to RFK 3500 Tahoe, Tajo Lane. That's in Chesapeake. We have a brick and mortar building. We're going to start doing more activities out of the brick and mortar as well. Mm-hmm. So God is going to do some great things this year, and we want you all to be a part of it. And the last thing I think we have on our list is don't forget our, we were doing 3rd Fridays, but I think it's going to be 4th Fridays. 4th Fridays where we're going to come in person, live and in person with music. You know, a little bit of snack food. If y'all give donations, if y'all don't give donations, then you're gonna get water. Hey, I'm keeping it real this year. You're gonna get some water. So you better start passing them donations in, because we spent a whole lot of money over the last 5 years. Now it's time for others to start giving into, which we do have some that do it. I'm not saying that. Look, visionary Tanya Rankins every year, faithful, depositing into the ministry with no issue. Her and brother Kevin, they've been a blessing. Angela Reddix every year writing a check, sending in. She'll kill us because she likes to be incognito, but she sends a check in to bless the ministry. You know, we have people, the Millers, they usually write a check, send it in to help with that Cyber Academy. There are some people that are truly faithful to giving into the outreach, and that's why we're able to do the things that we're doing. But now that we're moving around, we're going to need some more of these business folks, which is going to happen because we've had some already tell us, why haven't you asked us for donations?
Sure have.
Well, we didn't know you didn't hear the news, but
Exactly.
we're gonna make sure that all the businesses hear the news. So we're excited about what God is gonna do.
So before you even go any further, I got a couple of questions that I'm looking at.
Okay.
First one was the mastermind where OJ said, "Can he come back?"
Absolutely.
OJ, you can come back. Bring your wife with you.
Bring your wife with. Yes, absolutely. We are. Go ahead, babe. I'm sorry.
So the second thing is, Dr. Christie asked, she said, does the couple have to be in the same business together for that mastermind class? No. I don't think so.
No, we have more than one business.
Absolutely.
So if you have more than one business and you have one and he has one, you still want to collaborate. I'm telling you now, you have to be in business together. So you guys, there's no his and hers. Mm-mm. When you became married, you became one. Mm-hmm. Both of those, y'all have two businesses.
That's it.
I have two. You have two together. Mm-hmm. So yes, bring both of the businesses.
Bring all your businesses. Come on.
Yes, bring all your business to the table. Because go ahead, baby.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, because what we're gonna be learning with Keon, we're gonna be passing some of that information to you all as well.
Absolutely. That's why we go to these things, y'all. So we don't just get to eat. Y'all get to eat too.
That's exactly right. Exactly right.
And the last one is from Miss Monica Williams, Sister Monica. She said, will the registration be open for marriage conference? When will the registration
February
be open for the marriage conference?
We are going to open it up in February. We're going to have a new website that you guys will be able to go to and register on the website. And you will also be able to set up a payment plan through Moonclerk, where it can just automatically come out of your account for the next 8 months. I think it's 8 to 9 months. And so you can spread that fee out, and you might be paying about $50 a month until, you pay your portion off.
Make it very convenient.
We're making it very convenient. Now, you got to get your own flight there.
Right.
And we're going to set it up to where the hotels are reserved. We're going to do all that while we're there this month, actually. Go ahead and reserve the hotels, block our rooms out. We're really giving everybody advance, because we had a lot of people from Virginia and Florida and New York and Tennessee and South Carolina. Look, and North Carolina.
They coming through.
Georgia. Look, shall I stop? Texas. They coming through. So we want to make sure that we do our part, and that when you all come, that we are operating in excellence.
Right.
Excellence. And God is going to be with us. Yes. Come on, put some hearts up. These are things that God is doing, not us. He spoke these things to us, you all. We were nervous about Florida when I believed that we heard it, and we did it, and we moved. The storms came, the wind blew, and God said, peace be still. Peace be still. Holla, exactly. Holla. And he did his good thing. We're believing the same thing for Texas. And I'm promising y'all gonna be blessed by who we're gonna have there. And it ain't gonna be one. It's gonna be a couple of people that y'all gonna be blessed by. So we are very, very excited about what God is doing. Those of you that's catching the replay, you're gonna be so excited about the things that God is doing.
Right.
Yes, yes, yes.
So listen, y'all. I don't know if Kimberly got anything else, but if she don't, I just want to remind y'all that we love this Facebook, platform, and it's been very good to us. Never will disregard Facebook at all, but we would like to kind of see y'all move over to YouTube and bring your friends along, bring married couples along, bring people that want to be married along, because we think that this community is going to be something that's going to benefit so many people.
Yes,
so many people. And y'all been blessing. Y'all been doing great things. We've been doing great things. We've been doing great things together as a community. And I'm just looking to see in 2023 how we go next level.
I'm telling you, all of us going next level.
All of us.
Not just if me and Ricardo going next level, we pushing y'all to go next level with us because this is a community. We believe in if we're gonna be rich, you're gonna be rich too. If we're gonna be in good health, some of y'all fine and sexy. Me and Ricardo trying to get our sexy back.
Mm-hmm.
So if y'all got some advice for us, help us out. We trying to get it together.
That's what this community is all about.
That's what the community is
That's
all
what it's
about.
all about. We're supposed to help each other, y'all. We're supposed to be able to share things that wherever McKinley and I may be stumbling a week, you may be strong and can share that, and vice versa.
And vice versa, exactly.
Yeah.
So yes, next level. Let's put that in there. That's right. We
Next
level living, and
Yeah.
we're gonna push to get there, y'all. We're gonna push.
And if
to
all
get
y'all,
there.
if all y'all video game folks or whoever that used to play video games as a kid, we trying to get y'all the cheat codes of 2023
That's
so
it.
that we can get to the next level.
Yes.
The cheat codes deal with strategy, coming with a strategic plan. That's part of that, as we're going to talk about on the 17th.
Yes.
And in the mastermind class, there's another cheat code that you're going to have to be able to go next level.
That's
So
exactly
it's
right.
all about cheat codes in 2023,
Yes.
y'all.
Aren't y'all tired of saying I'm going to,
Yeah.
I want to, I wish I had, I wanted to do that, we could have did that, I wish we had
Shoulda,
saved
coulda,
for it.
woulda.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. No, we are doing it this year. We're going to travel. We're going places. No more of that. I wanted to go. Your finances is raggedy right now. We speak life. Life in our finances.
Yeah.
Every one of our finances. God showed me when I woke up actually, I told Ricardo, right before I woke up, I was sleeping. And I put my hand on a rock.
She didn't hit the rock, y'all.
I felt so at peace with it. I put my hand on a rock and water started pouring out. I'm believing that for all of us. I believe that was a word from God, that this is a year that we are going to be flowing in quite a few great things. And I'm believing that for everything that God has for us and everybody that's attached to what we're doing and everybody that's actually giving into what we're doing. We're not asking for any money for us because believe me, we do all right by ourselves. We're talking about so that we can give and bring more to the table for you all.
To the kingdom.
So on the 17th, please don't come on the live without your notepad, your pen, and your journal where you can take notes so we can plan. This month is the month of plan. You should already have sat down with your spouse and talked about it.
At least to have a conversation.
Had the conversation. If you want to be married, sit down with the person that you want to marry. You know, if you're engaged, you sit down with the person you're engaged to. And if you desire to be married, come on, write that stuff down on your notepad. God, this is what I want to find me. But while I'm waiting on him to find me, these are the things I want to get in order for myself over the next year. So when he find me, he don't find me doing nothing.
And the same thing with the brothers. If you're going to seek a wife, right, you don't want to go there and seek her and don't have nothing to provide for her. So while you're seeking her and looking to have her to become your wife, go ahead and get your house in order, get your money right, get your paper right, get your bag right, get everything in order so that when God blesses you to find that good thing, she ain't coming to something that she gotta be trying to help you fill up, build up, and all of that stuff that you already got something established. And she just brings a good thing to it to make it even better.
Absolutely. So y'all, we're excited. We said tonight that we were only on here for 15, 20 minutes. We actually weren't even planning on coming on, but Dr. Angie put out there that we were coming on, and then Sharice put on there. I said, well, okay, guys. We coming on. I guess we had to push through because we actually had a contractor in the house. We're trying to get some things done. We're really trying to get ourselves in order for what God is doing.
In every area of our life, y'all.
We're getting our little studio together, so y'all don't see us sitting at the kitchen counter anymore. You're going to actually see us in our room so that we can actually interview people and have them either on site or, of course, online, live, bringing people from all over the country, not just here in Virginia. So we are excited, y'all. Are y'all excited? Let's hit them hearts one more time. Let's do some hand claps in the comments.
Let me see 100.
Yes, let us see some 100s. Everybody, put some 100s, some hand claps, some hearts.
We're going to do it,
We're
y'all.
going to do it this year.
We're going to do it this year, y'all.
We are doing it.
Let me see next level in the chat again.
Yes.
Whatever it is that y'all want to see happen, You know what I mean? Start speaking it now.
Speak that life.
Start speaking it now. Start speaking life into your relationships. Start speaking life into your finances. Start speaking life into your mental state.
Yes.
Start speaking life, y'all. We talking life right now.
And just a reminder, pick up my book on Amazon Prime. I'm Prime. You get it in 2 days. What is it called? Wives Prayer Journal. When wives pray, God moves. What? You need things to move in your marriage? Here we go. You need things to move in your household. It's different things that will help you pray. There are different prayers in here. And then you write. Y'all, we about that writing this year. We even got lines in here for you to write out what you heard after you prayed and spoke with God.
Going back to the basics.
Going back to the basics. And you have to probably put my name in, Kimberly K. Frost, because that seems to come up quickly when I do it that way, because I'm still new on Amazon. And also remember, visionary author, Dr. Angela Corporal Boyd. We are co-authors.
Don't Curse Your Crisis.
Don't Curse Your Crisis will be coming out this month. And we're in that book. And then write down in your pad on March the 2nd, and we'll keep you guys reminded that our marriage group collaboration will come out, pushing through when we didn't want to.
Exactly.
And we got so many people we're going to be coming on with us. We'll have different couples on as well that are contributors to give y'all just a snippet of what they wrote. We don't want all the information, but it's hot and it's juicy.
We can't spill all the tea.
Y'all, listen, if you thought you went through something in your marriage, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Oh, my God.
And still came out on the other side. Look, what did it say? Not even smelling like smoke. I'm excited. Okay, now let me brush your shoulders. I said this year I was gonna be doing all this laughing and carrying on. I was gonna try to be a little bit more professional.
No, we're gonna be who we gonna be.
We're gonna be who we gonna be.
Y'all gonna rock with us. Listen, y'all rock with us, man. I know y'all love us.
Yeah.
And y'all want us to be who we gonna be, right? We gonna be professional and all that stuff too, but we gonna have a good time with y'all because y'all family. We love y'all.
That's right. And remember, YouTube. Some on Facebook if you want to, or you can do both at the same time until we get it right. But log in on YouTube and make comments out there so that the YouTube people will start allowing people to see us on YouTube as well. So we want to grow that because y'all almost got us at 1,000.
No
1,000 participants on Facebook. So we got like 16 on YouTube. So let's get that same 1,000 that's here on Facebook and start using them seeing it on YouTube as well.
Absolutely. All right? One last thing I want to tell y'all as well is that Kimberly said it earlier that this is not all about me and her, that it's about us. So y'all see times when you see other couples that'll be, we kind of gave y'all a preview at the end of 2022 where you see other couples that are praying on Thursdays. You see other couples that are interacting and sharing the platform with us. There'll be times maybe where they actually have access to the platform. So again, this is not all about Kimberly and I. It's about us as a whole, as a community, sharing whatever God has given us, the gifts, the talents, all that good stuff so that we can all grow and go next level, y'all.
Next level
2023
living.
is next level.
We're pushing. It's the year of the push. Read your affirmation. All right. God bless you all. We love you. We're looking forward to what God is going to do. Looking forward to it. Y'all have a great night.
Yeah. Sleep well.
Yes.
Write that stuff down so y'all don't get no sleepless nights, okay?
Yeah. We left the sleepless nights in 2022, right?
Exactly.
We love y'all. God bless you. God bless you. Pray for us when we go to Houston. Well, we'll be on the 17th. We don't go to right after that. So
we might even go live in Houston.
Yes, if we can get in Keon's face, you can best believe we're gonna go live. Good night, good folks. Who that? CAD Structural Detailing. Miss Stacy and Tabitha. Good night, Cherise, Shirley. We appreciate y'all coming on and your support. Look, let's spread the word. Let's get some people on here that have never been on before so they can start planning their year out.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Love y'all.
Good night.
Good night.